Renee Bays, Rakim, John, 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 Renee.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Podcast of Color, where 4 trash bags of color come together to make some sense of this world. I'm John, and
I'm Bays.
I'm Rakim. Oh, my voice is deeper this week.
Oh,
I'm Rakim.
Trade.
I'm Renee. I'm not Trade though. Sorry.
Oh, bitch. Okay, are we starting off this episode with lies?
What?
Right? Do we have to? Need we bring up the trade dance?
What? Oh my god! Is that what that is? Is that
His little
is that what
trade
the name of
dance?
that is?
Not the trade dance.
His trade mating dance.
I've never seen Renee try to twerk at all. It's always like the hand movements, just the mask.
I
hand
don't
movements.
have the ability to do all that. This is why I just can't dance. So this is like, that's me distracting from the fact that I can't dance.
and that's like trade by default. You know, you just can't.
Yeah, that really kind of is it. If you can't pop your ass, you trade.
So, you guys.
Or white.
Or what?
White.
Or white?
Yeah.
Oh, that's popping your back.
Yeah. Popping that spine. Y'all ladies pop your spine like this.
Yes. Pop your body like this. Yes.
Okay, well, speaking of popping and twerking, I have a question for you guys.
Oh.
A question of color, if you will. So, it is your drag debut. Your friends are there. Your crush is there.
This sounds like an audio porn.
And this could be your first. This is your first, and it could be your last performance. What song are you going to perform to?
Wait, John, why don't you go first, since it's your question?
Okay, my answer.
He said, okay.
Okay.
Answer.
So I don't know if you guys have heard of Kid Sister, but I really like her.
Yes. We're going to say right hand high?
I was gonna say Everybody Wants, featuring Green Velvet, and it's basically her saying everybody wants like somebody like me. And I know that's not like that would be my alter ego. It's someone with a lot of confidence, you know, and like performing to that, and like the beat is good, and I'd be doing some hand performances, and I would try to earn some dollars. So I don't know. I
Give
feel
us some
like
cleavage.
upbeat drag would, yeah, give you some cleavage, give you some popping.
Show some
Aw.
titties.
Yeah.
I can see
Oh,
that.
what the?
I can imagine that actually.
Renee, what would you perform to?
I actually asked this question at Kickback this weekend. I saw Audrey.
Oh, hey, shout out.
and I chose Little Red Corvette by Prince.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
But Ulysses was like, no, it's probably for you. It's probably gonna be like Venus as a Boy by Bjork. So.
Oh my god.
So maybe Venus as.
I don't think I've ever seen a drag queen perform to Bjork.
I don't want to be honest.
Oh god.
Like, it's fine.
I have.
Wait, I
have
can
my
see. Wouldn't do you think Sasha Velour would do a good job of that?
I mean, I don't really know her catalog like that. I just remember seeing Bjork's new music video, which is beautiful, but it
boring.
Was like, I was tired by the end of it, so I'm just like, I don't
It was
need to see this
boring.
on
I was like,
stage.
I would never want to listen to this like without the video.
Right.
Anyway.
Forming into just like, okay, girl.
I was like, if this is what it is, I'm good.
No, her newer stuff is really like boring.
Oh, well, I need to listen to her older stuff then. Okay, wait. So, were you done? Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Yo, go for it,
The
babe.
stars turn to shine. No, my des bitch is in the house, y'all. I think I would perform "Over the Love" by Florence and the Machine.
Wow.
And it would be very dramatic. I would be so dramatic. Like it would be like mascara running down my face. I'd be singing. I would have like a big gigantic like couture like headpiece, and I would have like some dramatic ass like form fitting gown, but like with a long ass train of like feathers and shit. And I would just be like laying on, and I have like gloves like to my fucking elbow. No, to my fucking armpit, and I'd just be like laying on the piano like
Your
screeching.
art pussy.
Yes.
I mean art
pussy. Art
I was gonna say art pussy, but
art pussy.
art pussy.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I would do.
It's a mood. Oh my god, can you actually do that though?
I mean, if I could find somebody to design a drag outfit for me. Actually, really, there's this makeup look that I really like, and it's like sort of like it's dark makeup, and I can't describe it. I'm really bad at describing it, but there's this thing that I want to do, and I'm picturing it now because I could see that. Oh,
Huh. Okay. Well, I would do Took the Night by Shelly.
Oh shit.
Because I think that's like a really, really, really like Aries looking song. Sounding song.
That song looks Aries. It looks really Aries.
Yeah, that song looks really great, just like the letter 4. Like it's amazing. But yeah. So that's all. That's what I would do.
yeah. All right. Well,
All right. Any last comments?
no, not. We good over here.
Okay. Wait, that was terrible. Okay. Okay. We'll move on.
All right.
Okay,
We'll be
we'll
back
move
with
on.
Minutes of Color.
Thank you. You got the section right. I'm so happy.
Thank you.
Congratulations again for
You're
doing
so
the bare
kind.
minimum. See you later.
Trash, 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 trash.
Hello, everybody, and we're back. And this section is called Minutes of Cut. Oh, Baseless looking at me like, bitch, I intro that back.
No, that's fine. Go ahead.
Oh, that's
Do
just your
do.
concentration. Oh,
Yeah, I'm
Uh-oh.
sorry. I was just looking at the list. I was
Oh,
like,
no,
shit,
that's
what
okay.
we gonna do? What's on today's list?
that's your joke.
Jesus.
Today's
I was like, go try to
Jesus
make this
needs
like
to be on the list.
right. I was gonna try to make this like a fun little week. You know what I mean? I was gonna try to make it like a little light and fluffy. You know, talk about some good shit, talk about some funny shit. But you know, this is a dark ass week. But you know what? We still got some light and fluffy shit. We'll get to it. But unfortunately, we should probably start with the most obvious thing, which I don't feel that I really need to go into great detail about, because if you are in existence at this point in time, you've heard about every detail like that's happened in the past 24 hours. So, yeah, this, I guess it'll be 48 hours when this comes out, but like, shooting in Vegas. I guess I was just like shocked because last year was the biggest mass shooting in U.S. history. At the Pulse nightclub in Orlando, Florida, and we're already here at the next biggest one. There's, I believe, as of right now, 58 people have been reported to be dead, and over 500 people are reported to be injured. I guess what was most shocking to me was just how desensitized I am to it now, because I was just like, it was heartbreaking, but at the same time I was like, oh, okay, like another shooting. You know what I mean? And obviously, like, a huge part of that is that I just was not personally affected. Nobody I know was affected by it personally, so I can't, you know what I mean? Like, it's not as personal for me. But I mean, yeah, I just floated between like, this is our new normal. Is like next year there's gonna be, you know, somebody's gonna kill 60 people, and then we're gonna be like, oh my god, this is the biggest shooting that's in U.S. history. And fuck, I need to find the source, but apparently there's been 272 mass murders this year, and that they count 3 or more people being killed as a mass murder. And what are we on, day 272 in the year? So like a mass murder a day.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, you guys go ahead and say what you have to say.
Have you guys seen? You guys have seen Fifth Element, right?
Mm-hmm. A while ago, but yeah.
Oh man, but you know who she is as a
Lilu.
character. Like Lilu is this like robot, and like she's like learning humanity's history and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how like when she types in war, all these like things like come up in her brain, and she just like starts crying because like she sees how sad humanity is. Because like all these images and news articles and stuff, like I feel like that's what it was for me, because like you guys, I was just researching like links, like how do we help Puerto Rico and how do we help Mexico, and then the next thing that pops up is like, this is what's happening right now in Las Vegas, and I'm just like, fuck, you know, it's just like I can't. I mean, not me, like you said, basically, it didn't affect me personally, but like we just can't catch a break. And like what you said earlier, Rakim, I feel super numb, but also like as I started seeing all these images and as I was doing research of like all these different things happening, it just like back to back to back, and I couldn't really sleep that well, and I just woke up this morning so tired. And I mean, and I have the luxury to feel this way, you know, I'm not like directly affected, but it makes me so sad, and that's what it felt like to me. If I could compare it to anything, because I can't really find the words, it felt like when I'm researching humanity and like our own people, it's just like never ending sadness, and I don't know, it's so much.
Real quick, I want to correct myself. It's the 273rd mass shooting, and we're 275 days into the year, so 2 days. So less. 2 days, or 2 shootings less than 2 mass shootings less than the days that we've been in this year.
It's been. So I first found out on Twitter. I was scrolling. I don't even remember what I was looking at, and I just saw someone retweet the link, and then I was looking at like a few people's like they were like live tweeting the police feed when it was still up, and it was just like that was a mistake, because it was just like the most stressful thing, and then seeing like the body count like slowly go up, and then like hearing or like reading the tweets talking about how they like busted into the room, and then I made the mistake of watching the videos of it, and I can only imagine like can't even imagine what it was like to actually be there, because I don't know if you guys watch them, but to hear
I watched some of them,
the rounds and like how fast it was going off, it was just like, Baze, you were saying you were desensitized to it. Like this is I think the first thing since Pulse that like hit me. Like
see, I didn't watch it with the sound on, so I didn't hear any of that. I just saw like clips auto playing clips on Twitter.
When you hear how many like rounds were going off, and you hear them ricocheting off the floor, you hear people screaming, you see people yelling. It's terrifying. And like my sister went to Vegas for the weekend, and she was staying very, very close to where that hotel was, and she got home. She got home a few hours like before the shooting happened. But my first thought was like, what if that was my sister that was there? Like, what if I mean, granted, I'm not trying to like lessen it by saying that, like, you know, because I didn't know someone there that it is not impactful, but it's just like my first thought was like, fuck, what if that was my family? Like, seeing how many people were just, I don't even know how to describe it. It was insane. And then seeing the response has just been infuriating and like upsetting, because it's just I feel like every time this happens, you can have a bingo board as to what will happen if it's a person of color or if it's a white person that carries out the shooting. And I just feel like today all of the like this is a white male shooter check boxes were listed off. It's like I saw people saying he was a lone wolf. I saw people saying he was a nice man that he lived a quiet life and he liked to gamble and he liked country music.
This isn't terrorism. He was a local man.
Yeah, it's like calling it like a shooting, like it was terrorism, and it's like I don't get what it's going to take. I mean, at this point, I don't know what will do it, because I think we said it before on the show, like when America decided that slaughtering children was okay, and that to me was like, we're never going to fix anything. If America deciding that a congressman getting shot wasn't going to fix anything, then I don't know like what else is going to be done. And just seeing the NRA and like how all these Republicans that come out and like support the Second Amendment, it's actually one of the most maddening things, because it's just so clearly wrong. Like, why do you need guns that shoot that? Why? Like, why? When the Second Amendment was written, it was about muskets that could barely fucking hit you if you're standing 5 feet away from you, and you took like 5 minutes to reload them. So why is it that you need guns that can literally injure around 600 people with one gun? Why? Like, why do you need that? For what? You're not hunting with that. Like, I don't get it. So it's just, I don't know. I just don't understand why white Americans love symbols so much more than they do actual people. I don't get it. Why are guns more important than people's lives? Why are flags more important than people's lives? Like, there was a video in I think it was Texas where or an article where someone was a police officer, like it said police officer rescued a flag. Like it's a fucking piece of cloth.
I was just gonna say part of it is that the NRA funds a lot of Republicans, a lot of Republican senators, and so they don't want to lose out on that money. And part of getting that money is they get to be a commercial, they get to be salesmen and saleswomen who get to sell to the American people that this owning a gun is your right, and the Democrats are trying to take your guns away from you, your God-given right to own, a firearm, and you need these things because this, that, and the third, and that's why it's a thing. Is because.
But why are guns a right and healthcare not? Like, why is the right to take away somebody's life?
Because then if it's about healthcare, then we're talking about taking care of each other. And the Republican way is you got to pull yourself up by your bootstraps, because if we did have a free healthcare system, that means that the rich would be paying more in taxes. So significantly more in taxes. Yeah. And what they're trying to do is cut it to like nothing. They already pay so little, and Trump is cutting it even more. So, whatever. Anyway, sorry. Keep going.
No, I mean, it's fine. Renee can go, and then I'll
No, I think y'all said, I mean, to be honest, and this might be a little extreme, but like my stance on gun control is probably a little unpopular, because I think a lot of it kind of targets POC and a lot of Arab Americans and people that potentially need to protect themselves. So like I have a lot of people that work in either teaching classes or like work in institutions or whatever that are very vulnerable. In that if, a crazy white dude decides to go like ballistic and shoot somebody up, like a lot of my friends would probably be like work at the places that would be the first target. So sometimes I'm just like, we need to arm ourselves. Like we need, like, for our own protection. Do you know what I'm saying? So, and like,
yeah,
but I don't think
the Black Panthers. Oh, sorry.
But I don't think gun control means ban guns. Like, I know that's like some people's stance, but I think
I kind of feel like it's something, that could be done. But
no, I know. I'm saying that, like, I understand that that's a lot of people's stance, and I can see that point too. I'm kind of in between, because I feel like, yeah, it's important to do that, but also like every other country that has things that are banned, like, literally has way, way less shootings than us. I think, God, I don't want to spread false information, but I was just reading something about 1 year Japan had like 8 gun-related shootings when the U.S. had like 12,000 that year. Like, in Japan, you have to have a written test. You have to do a psych eval. You have to like prove it. Then you have to do you have to go on a gun range and pass a test. Then you have to do a proficiency test every 3 years. You have to keep your gun locked and in a different place than the ammo. You have to report to the police how much ammo that you have, and you have to tell them where you're keeping the gun. So it's like, and like I don't even think the Japanese police even carry guns. Like even crime organizations don't carry guns there.
Yeah, I know that in what is it, Switzerland, most people have a gun, but everyone has to do, I think, a year in the army or something, and so they have to learn, just everything that comes with that in terms of responsibilities and how to use it properly and how to disarm it, and similar to what you're talking about. I don't know if it's as strict as Japan, but I know that they don't have the regular mass shootings that we do, and a lot of people are armed in Switzerland. So
right,
like we're the only industrialized country that this happens in. I mean, it's just like the Onion keeps posting that article, like, oh, like we can't do anything about it. Like, says the only country where this keeps happening or something like that, and it's just like, I mean, I don't want to be depressing, but it's just, I don't know what at this point will change Republicans' minds. The only thing that I think that would change gun control is if we don't have a Republican-controlled Congress. And that's it.
Right. I mean, even with the Democrats, though, because during the filibuster of June 2016, I believe, they were trying to fight for the no-fly, no-buy list. And, like, a lot of people on the no-fly list are on there and have absolutely no ties to terrorist organizations, but are on there because they're suspected for whatever reason. And those are the people that, and it targets a lot of Muslims. Those are the people that can't buy guns, but like they're not worried about white folks. And that's why I'm saying, like, with the reform, like there's reform, but like the way that the reform is going is it's targeting the people that are not doing the mass shootings. So there's, I don't know, there's just something that like really, there really needs to be some type of change or something. Because the way that we're going right now, it's like even the fucking Democrats are fucking shit up.
So, Sarah White Power Sanders,
she can choke too.
Got her stroked out self, got on stage and told people that now is not the time to politicize gun violence. But hey, look at Chicago and all the black on black crime going on over there. And then she like cried some fake crocodile tears.
Bitch, I know she was practicing. She was watching the Pretty Hurts video. She was like, "I'm gonna get this right."
She got some onions. She watched some sad movies. Like
she got the world's smileless violin from SpongeBob. She was trying.
And girl, for that you get a Razzie. That was
okay.
A horrible ass
Halle Berry is shook.
That was worse than Catwoman starring Halle Berry, and there aren't many things worse than that.
That was. Oh yeah, God. We don't speak of her.
Yeah, we love Halle Berry, but we don't talk about that.
We don't. The Call is the last movie she was in. Yeah, Sarah, what's her name? Sarah Huckabee Sanders. She can choke. Like everything about her annoys me. I hate her voice. I hate that she keeps wearing green dresses on live TV when you're not supposed to do that. Like I hate that she wears the same dingy ass pearl necklace.
Wait. Is she the one that like keeps she keeps fading into the background because of the green dresses?
Yes.
She's
I hate
so
that
annoying.
she had a child or had children. I don't know how many she has, but I hate that she is raising other human beings.
I wonder, like, I feel like with her, I wonder if she, like, I feel like she has to know that, like, she's going up there lying. Like, she knows that.
No, they all do.
But it's like, what do you gain? I don't, like no one likes her. Like,
but
and
it doesn't matter. Like the Republican, like we saw what happens with Sean Spicer. She's gonna get a book deal after this. She's gonna go on some talk shows. She might have a guest spot on the Oscars or something. Like she's gonna be fine.
Like, and then the response to all this, like, oh, well, it's not the time to politicize it. Well, when's the time to politicize it? When is the time to talk about gun control? Because we didn't talk about it after Sandy Hook. We didn't talk about it after Columbine. We didn't talk about it after Pulse.
Virginia Tech.
When do we talk about it? When the next shooting happens? Do we talk about it like when someone gets shot? Like it. I mean,
but
actually,
that
that
makes
happens.
sense because she is talking about it. She's talking about gun violence in regards to Chicago's black-on-black crime that everyone cares about suddenly when a white man has done something horrible.
Right.
Like y'all don't give a damn about preventing black-on-black crime because if you did, you would be interested in creating social programs that prevent crime. Everyone knows that if you give people so few opportunities that they have nothing to turn to but gangs, but drugs. That those people are their families because that's the only people that will take care of them. It's not the government that's not taking care of them. The government isn't providing opportunities for them. And if you have no opportunities, what are you going to do? You're going to become a criminal. But y'all don't care about that. You only care about it as it's simply a talking point for them, and it's a way to like distract from whatever. Like I said, whatever crazy shit some white dude is doing at the time.
At this point, whenever the revolution starts, that's when I'm ready. I have no more words. Like I'm just ready to burn shit to the ground because at this point, like that's what it's going to take.
Yes, I'm ready for the Reign of Terror, part 2.
Oh no.
Part 2.
But okay, look. When there is darkness, sometimes a few rays of light shine through. And it seems that 2 women Democrats have flipped Republican seats.
Work.
So, Annette Tadeo swept Miami's District 40 against State Rep Jose Felix Diaz. And there is where Clinton beat Trump 58 to 40% in the general election. She's taken over for Frank Artiles, who I guess went on some racist tirade about two of his black colleagues back in April.
Pretends to be shocked.
But yeah, so she's the 16th Democrat in the state Senate, which holds 40 seats. So that's not great, but we can hopefully turn the other ones, some other ones next year. And then Democrat Carrie Lerner, so she barely won in New Hampshire. And this went to Trump. I think New Hampshire went to Trump, right? I don't remember specific.
Yeah.
I think it did, but anyway, she only got 39 more votes than former state representative James Heed.
39.
But Republicans have a 2-1 advantage in that district, so she that's still significant. Even though her barely winning, even if she had come close and lost, that still would mean something significant because the Republicans have such a stronghold on that district. But yeah, so and they're women. They're probably white. I don't have pictures, so I don't know. But it's something. I'll take it. Right now, I'll take it. I'll take any little bit of good news I can get.
Right. I also just want to give a quick shout out to Ariana Grande for being an amazing person and always saying the right thing and doing the right thing and just being on the right side of history. You're doing amazing, sweetie.
Accomplice on Grande.
Ari who?
Accomplice on the Grande.
Aria
We have to give her a shout out every show.
Grande.
Yes.
Every show she gets a shout.
Ari Antifa.
Ari Antifa.
That still takes
No.
me out. Yeah. Okay. Trump called Puerto Ricans lazy and said that they're not doing enough to pull themselves out of their situation, and attacked the mayor of Puerto Rico, who is literally walking around in probably diseased, germ-filled water, trying to save people's lives and find people. So Again, I really don't like to spend too much time going in on him because, he's horrible and he's always going to be horrible. And next week there will be something else that he's going to do. And we're going to be like, oh my God, why did he do that? And the following week there'll be the same situation. So, of course, Trump is a horrible person. But I thought what was funny was Lin-Manuel Miranda, who wrote Hamilton. He's Puerto Rican. He was like, you're going straight to hell. And that was significant because Lin-Manuel Miranda is like such a pacifist. He's like such a yes. He seems like he comes off very much that way. Like he's very oh, I don't agree with that, but let's be nice. You know what I mean? But here he was like, you going straight to hell, nigga. Well, he didn't say nigga, but thank God he didn't say nigga. But yeah.
Did you see that video of the lady on CNN when she was when she told him to shut the F up?
No.
Oh my! I'll show you guys after. It was just this white lady that was going in. She was. Oh, I'm so sorry. She was not white. She's Puerto Rican, and she was. And she was.
Well,
talking
she could be white too.
Maybe. At first glance, she looked white to me, but she was saying how she's from Puerto Rico and her family's there, and how dare pretty much what you just said, but how dare he criticize someone who's waist deep, literally in this murky dark black water, trying to save people, and you're tweeting from your golf course. She said he needs to shut the F up or actually come do something or something like that. I don't know, but my wig was blown back. She did that.
He didn't he try to dedicate his golf tournament trophy to Puerto Rico?
Oh my God.
What are you doing, girl? What are you doing?
What
are you doing?
You just think he can't get any worse, and then he just.
Oh, go ahead.
No, that's it. And then he does.
Just wakes up out of bed and he's like, "How can I be worse than I was yesterday?" Some people think, how can I progress? How can I be a better person? He's like, "How can I regress? How can I be a worse person every day?"
And he's doing this for his base, literally, and it's that's. Whatever. I just can't wait till Judgment Day and God says, bitch, I don't know you like you think you know me, and opens that trap door and they all fall and burn.
If you guys want to donate, if you can, to relief in Puerto Rico and Florida and the U.S. Virgin Islands, you guys can go to International Medical Corps.
Yeah, they help in emergency situations like this, and they go out, and right now they're out in Puerto Rico, so I know it goes directly to them.
Yeah.
And
you can also buy Beyonce's song Mi Gente.
Yes.
And all of the proceeds will go to effort reliefs. And
but it's real.
No, it's real. I'm
right.
Sure, but I'm being serious. All the proceeds from that song will go to disaster relief.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think. No, I was gonna say even on Tidal on their website they have a section for donations to Puerto Rico.
Yes.
And
also,
and there's a GoFundMe, and it's gofundme.com/raise funds/ Hurricane Maria, and it's just basically a hub for different organizations that are out there that are working out. So there's students for Puerto Rico and medical needs, so things like that. So it's a hub, and you can choose which organization you want to donate to, but they're all out there.
Just don't give the Red Cross.
Do not.
Yes, do not give to the Red Cross. Or the Salvation Army, right?
No, yeah, fuck the all Salvation.
I don't know, but the Red Cross just released a report. It was just a report 2 weeks ago that the Red Cross mismanaged funds for what was the first hurricane that happened? Harvey.
Oh. Who keeps giving them money? They have such a horrible reputation. Who keeps
people don't pick up on
it.
What's
fucked up about it is yeah, and what's crazy though too is that Red Cross is usually they're the people that have the capacity to mobilize quickly, so that's why people give them money because they're usually the first ones there, but they don't know, but they fuck it up every time. So it's if you give Red Cross money, it's they're the first people that are there, but it's also they fuck up the most. So it's
and they're probably the most well known, so people just see that and they're like, oh, okay, let me donate to this.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. So, okay, this happened before. Oh, I was gonna say this happened before any of us were born, but this happened before me and Rakeem were born. So, we probably wouldn't remember anything pertaining to this. But apparently, back in the year of our Lord 1990, May 26, perhaps, Oh wait, now what? Not perhaps. May 26th to be exact. On May 26th, wait, I should probably not do a British accent for this. But on May 26th in 1990, a clown carrying flowers and 2 balloons showed up on the doorstep of Marlene Warren's West Palm Beach home and fatally shot her in the face. So for the past 27 years, nobody's known like who this clown was. It was just this random shit that just happened.
What the fuck?
Yeah, like where's this going?
But they made an arrest, and the arrest is her former friend, who is currently now married to her husband.
Oh my god!
Wait.
I know. I was like,
Wait a minute. The
suspect?
person who got shot.
Yes,
The person that shot her married her husband.
Married her husband. The suspect married her husband. Yeah, 12 years after she died. But yeah, her name is Sheila Keene Warren. Yeah, she married him 12 years after she died. The only witness to the what happened was the victim's son, who was 21 at the time, and he basically saw what happened. But then I guess the clown like ran, and he just went to go check on his mom to see if she was okay.
Sheila Keene Warren's picture presented by the county sheriff's office is really creepy.
Yeah, she's like smiling.
She looks way too happy to be in jail.
This is why when I be going to white people's houses, my friends' houses, I be looking at their relatives with a side eye. She looks like somebody's mom.
Leave y'all fingerprints everywhere.
She looks like the kind of white lady that has like the live, laugh, and laugh print on her wall.
Right? She looks like she's like seen Eat, Pray, Love like 20,000 times.
She's an Armitage.
Yes.
She's like the lady who has the coupon that like is expired, but she insists on using it.
At Target.
It's like, ma'am, this says October 2nd, 2016.
God, so
like
scary.
you can't use.
Yeah,
like,
she's creepy looking.
If I say that's petty, is that inappropriate? Because
I think this surpasses pettiness.
Like, I'm just kind of like, girl, this is Mona Scott Young is shook. Like, she wishes she wrote this storyline. But
this is definitely going to be a movie at some point. Like a crazy clown kills somebody, and it turns out to be homegirl's best friend.
Oh,
there's no way that's not going to be a movie.
Yeah, that's. I mean, R.I.P. But that's.
Speaking of unsolved murders, what happened to Kanika Jenkins? We still want to know.
Oh,
CPD,
they said that they actually released an update saying that she actually did get really drunk and just walk into the freezer.
Are you serious? I just feel like I still don't believe that.
That's so sad. Yeah,
because you know what, they released videos to placate people, and the videos still like were only like partial videos. Like last time I saw this, maybe they released some more videos, but they released surveillance footage, and it doesn't show her going into the fridge herself.
Oh,
it shows like it's like her walking down the hallway in the hotel, and then her downstairs. But it's like, and then they're like, oh, well, nobody was down in the kitchen. But, like, not to be like an internet sleuth or anything, but, like, there was, like, a coffee cup on the counter. Like, I mean, maybe it's been there for hours or days or whatever, but, like, it's still, something don't smell right to me.
Wow.
And I just still don't believe that
you're Detective Conan.
I still don't believe that a drunk, small little 19-year-old girl, like, that she looks like she's small, and she's fucked up, can, like, open a heavy-ass fridge door.
Yeah.
And then just get in there and then turn it on full blast. Like,
yeah.
Do I look like
why
Boo Boo
would
the
you
Fool
do
to
that?
you? She didn't do that.
Did you say Boo Boo the Fool?
Yes.
Yeah.
I just don't buy it. I don't buy it for a second. That's what I want to say really quickly. Wisconsin voter ID laws apparently deterred thousands of voters. Studies have shown that just because Wisconsin has one of the strictest voting ID laws, it said that it may have deterred over 20,000 eligible voters in the election last year. And obviously, like, that's the Republicans' plan, is to, like, deter people, is to make all these laws so that as few people as possible show up, because they already know, like, old white people always turn out to vote, and they always gonna have everything they need to have when they get there. It's everybody else that needs to vote. And that's why they do all this zoning shit and they come up with these ID laws because they don't want people to turn out. Because when people turn out, when the majority turns out, the majority does not agree with the Republicans. Yep. And I also just want to say, register to vote. I need to go do that because I just moved here and I need to do that. But
please go register to vote.
Register to vote because it's not just these big ass elections. Trust me, these old ass white people, these evil ass Fox News watching ass white people, they stay voting. They had all the local elections. They voting on the school board.
Yeah.
They're voting the mayor. They're voting the police chief. You got to be on that shit because that's how they get so much power. It doesn't matter it matters who the president is, but like it only matters to an extent. Like if Trump, like, could you imagine if we had a Democratic majority and Trump was president? Like, the majority of this shit would not be happening right now. Like, you know what I mean? So, like, I mean, also, like, Democrat, like, I'm not gonna let the Democrats off like they, like, have really been having our back and, like, really been there for us because they have not. But
until the evil's defeated, like,
yes, until the evil is defeated, compromises must be made, and we need Democrats in the House. So stay like on top of your local elections, please, because they're almost like more important than the big general elections.
Yeah, they actually are. Yeah, to be honest,
because a lot of the stuff that a lot of a lot of state law can sometimes override
federal law.
And so, you know, if you live in a state with like a conservative ass governor and a conservative ass senator and conservative ass, like, you know, mayors and shit, a lot of the shit that you want done is not going to get done. So I just wanted to say that because, like, we really, like, we gotta stop not pretending. I think a lot of people don't know. I think that's the issue too, is a lot of people just aren't aware, and that's as important as the general elections. If we want things to happen, we need to be making sure that the people that, like, are at the, like, local level are the people that we want in power. Anyway,
what voice was that?
I don't know.
That sounded like Pee Wee.
You know, they just come to me. I'll come up with something.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was like Pee Wee Herman.
So you know what? I never really got to enjoy Pee Wee Herman because by the time I was old enough to know who he was already had the reputation of being.
Yeah, it's okay. He enjoys himself. You don't need.
But like, it sucks because apparently he was like this big thing for kids, and I was just like, wow, like I kind of like missed out on that.
Did you know that a lot of his stuff was considered like avant-garde art and was like showed in galleries and shit?
Wait, what?
A lot of his stuff was considered like avant-garde art and was shown in galleries and all that stuff.
Those shows are super fucking trippy. I said that though. I said his shows are super fucking trippy. Like, I used to watch them when I was a kid, and it's just like, the couch just starts talking to you.
Oh yeah, like in the toilet.
I can never get into his shit.
Wasn't the toilet made of fur?
Yeah,
or something was made of fur.
Don't say that too loud because Peter might be listening.
I don't know. I've never watched the show.
Okay, go ahead.
Anyway,
No,
go for it. So Paula Deen was stopped by TMZ, and they asked her what she thought about the players kneeling, and she didn't have an opinion, but she says that it makes her husband. I don't remember the exact words because I didn't save the link, and I don't need to go back and look at it. But she basically said that her husband was very upset by the kneeling. And I just say to Paula Deen, you should have just sat there and ate your goddamn butter.
Not your butter.
You think you're Miss Scarlet. You think you're Miss Scarlet. You think you're the Southern Belle, and you are nothing of the sort. You're nothing like that.
Someone lied to you.
Someone lied to you several times.
And you're a disgrace.
You do not possess the vernacular that you think you do. You just need to shut up. Like, you and your racist ass, clan ass husband need to go somewhere, sit down, and eat your diabetes ridden food, bitch. Like, there's nothing for you here. Shut up. Stop speaking to the public. Because, like, you think that you're saying, like, oh, I'm not speaking it, so I'm going to put this on my husband. But, like, we know that your racist ass is in there at home. Y'all are both calling them a bunch of niggers. Them niggers isn't respecting the flag.
And
Be
you're still
fun-
married to him.
Yes, and be ashamed if somebody just up and lynched them. Maybe, like I'm sure your daddy and your grandpappy probably
Might
gonna
be the
lynch
same
a couple
person.
of black people. It's just like we know about you, like we know what you stand for, we know what you represent. So like you should just shut up and just keep your head down. There's no reason for you to talk to TMZ about what black people are doing. There's no reason for you to talk about it.
And also to TMZ and all these other publications, stop talking to racist ass people. Like they do this for clickbait. Like they know.
TMZ is racist though, so like.
Oh well, TMZ's the one. TMZ posted an article today talking about the shooter doesn't fit the profile of what a terrorist should look like. Girl, bye. Like they know what they're doing. They're just trying to get clicks. Like y'all are disgusting.
Justin Timberlake is in talks with the NFL to perform at the halftime show after Jay-Z turned it down.
How do you feel about that? I'm curious.
I feel like he can choke. Like they didn't ask Janet Jackson to. So like for you to even ask Justin Timberlake to come back before you would ask Janet fucking Jackson, like do you know what kind of show that would be if Janet Jackson was to headline the NFL halftime? And you want like what? Like Justin Timberlake? He's gonna sing "Cry Me a River" and y'all think that's entertaining? He's gonna sing "Sexy Back" and that's like a show to you?
Yeah, I agree. It's just like they hate.
Does that sound like a date? Like,
what's crazy to me is everyone like hated Janet Jackson for showing a titty, but it's like
not even her titty. It was like a pasty over her titty. There was,
but it's like okay, the same people that are outraged over that are the same people that look up like big busty black ebony porn and like like it. It's just like this fake
boiled
outrage.
up black asses.
Yeah, like it's just I don't know. I will say I do think it's like fucked up that he's doing it, but I think it'll be an interesting show. I mean, he's good live. I've seen him live, but I wish he turned it down.
It'll be good for somebody. I won't be.
Also fuck the NFL. So
yes. Also fuck the NFL. Like I wish I could like say that like I'm boycotting them, but I've never watched it anyway, so it doesn't matter. But I do watch the halftime shows, so you will be losing those views, NFL, just so you know. But anyway, like I think that there's gonna be I think the NFL ratings are gonna be severely down because most people are not checking for Justin Timberlake. Most people aren't gonna be like, oh, I can't wait to see what Justin Timberlake is gonna do. Like if Janet Jackson was coming, like that would have drummed up so much excitement. People would have been. I mean, like even like the past like controversy would have had people like tuning in droves just to see what she was gonna do.
If I was her, I would have made my stage a giant titty.
Stop it.
And just performed on it.
Well, she wouldn't. She's not.
With the
well, you know
pasty.
what? I was hearing that they asked her to come back as his guest, and I was like, you got that shit completely twisted. If anybody was gonna be anybody's guest, it should be Justin coming back as her guest. But she would never do that because she hates his guts.
No, I think she is gonna do it. I really think she is.
Do you really think she is?
I do.
Don't.
Janet Jackson is the ultimate scammer.
She does have a tour and she does have an album, so she might want to come out and push it. But
she also just got $500 million, so she ain't pressed for money.
No, she didn't. Didn't she turn it down? I thought she said she didn't need it.
Hell no.
I don't know if that actually translated.
She a dumbass if she did. Hell no, I would have took that money and ran.
So I know like we were praising South Park for their game last week or the week before, but of course they couldn't let us have like a moment, even a second, to really like enjoy them and what they were doing. In their new game, they have Donda West, Kanye West's mom. She's like a little fish thing, but she's like a black caricature. She has like big pink lips, really dark skin, and big like gold earrings, and she just kind of looks like a blackface character, and it's like a minstrel character,
like a mammy.
Yeah, not necessarily just a man. She just looks like a minstrel character. Like I could just see like somebody singing Old Man River while like I could see this fish singing Old Man River, to be honest with you. So actually Old Man River is kind of a bop, but anyway. Old Man River, that old man. I love old slave songs. Like they like low key bops. Like that pain will do it to you. You turn out some bops real quick.
Bass.
What?
Bass.
It's true. When you suffer, you like create great art. What?
The best song with River in it is I was born by the river.
I was born by the river. I was shaking that ass. I was thinking about the pussy. I was making that cash. But I actually like the original song by Sam. What's his last name? I was gonna say Sam Smith. Lord Jesus,
Father God.
Sam. Born by the River. Let me look this up. Born by the
Sam
river.
Cooke.
River. They need to come up with a song. Sam Cooke. There we go. That
Yeah,
song is
I was right.
I love that song. Oh, you said Cook? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Yeah, I did. But I whispered it though.
The NBA has apparently like sent out a thing saying that all the players have to stand during the national anthem, which, you know, whatever. Y'all don't like freedom, I guess, as much as y'all like to say y'all do. Y'all be talking about the freedom and the flag and all this other shit, but when it comes right down to it, y'all don't like freedom. Y'all don't like freedom when black people express it.
Is that going to affect the WNBA?
Oh, I don't know, because they've been showing out.
The WNBA
I don't
is
know.
going. Oof.
Yeah, but like, I mean, again, black women always standing up when they need to. Jay-Z performed on SNL and he wore a Kaepernick jersey.
I kind of forgive you, Jay. Kinda.
I mean, this plus him turning down the NFL halftime show. I'm just like, okay, like, you know, I'm like, okay.
Brought to you by the letter 444.
Letters.
Also,
make fun of
Tidal has
herself.
been chartering planes to Puerto Rico with you know, supplies and stuff. So, I mean, the Carters have been doing more for the cause than our so-called president. Here, let's see
Jay-Z
what
still
else do we
committed
have
treason,
there.
so I mean,
Oh, I was like, wait, how? Oh, yes.
I didn't watch that part of Lemonade. I stopped
forgiveness.
after Don't Hurt Yourself.
Kiss up and rub up and
Sandcastles.
fill up. Kiss up and rub up and fill up on you.
My lesson
All
from Lemonade
night.
was kill him. Yes.
Sweet love all night
Beyonce? Beyonce?
I was born by the river.
Beyonce?
Oh,
How does it feel to be in Paris? How does it feel to be in Paris?
Turn that negative into made lemonade from those lemons. Good job.
Oh,
Vince.
let me throw some dark shit in there real quick.
I mean, it's
before we
pretty
move
dark.
on.
There's some dark
So we didn't talk about this last week, and I meant to, but we didn't have time. I think his name is Magdiel Sanchez. 35 who is 35 years old and deaf. Was shot outside of his home in Oklahoma City. On Tuesday the 20th, I believe. He had a stick that I forgot why he used it, but he had a stick that he used for something, and
Wasn't it his
the cops
walking?
told him to put it down, and he didn't because he's deaf and couldn't hear them. The neighbors shouted, "Hey, he's deaf, can't hear you." They shot him anyway. So, yeah, I just, yeah.
Trash.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it's just like on top of like y'all killing now. Not only are you killing black and brown folk, but now you killing black and brown folk that got other identities. So y'all just trying to get everybody mad at y'all right now.
Yeah, like differently abled.
Yeah.
I saw a video of the police tackling like an older white woman too.
Oh
Like,
yeah. At the was it in St. Louis? I think after after the verdict. God, who was that guy? I really can't even keep him straight anymore. But yeah, a cop got off again in St. Louis, and this old white woman fell, and the police were like, she fell behind police lines, and they grabbed her up, and the man who was trying to help her, like, they pushed him away, and then I think they arrested her, and police state.
Yeah,
I mean, they're like arresting white lady nurses too. So
yeah. I mean, again, y'all embolden them. This is where it goes. Don't go and see. I actually was kind of curious because I actually terrified but enjoyed Jeepers Creepers and Jeepers Creepers 2, but do not go and see these movies because the director, Victor Salva, is a convicted pedophile. Or
What?
Not a pedophile, a convicted child pornographer. Sorry. He has just been able to fly under the radar, but he is convicted of peddling child pornography. He's been known to have like weird like interactions. He also did Powder, which I was like really heartbroken because I really liked Powder, that movie with the like guy that was like bald and
We get it. You do coke. Sorry.
And so, just for reference, there's a scene in this new one where a girl talks about how her stepfather was like messing with her, and this guy that she's talking to that like she's romantically interested in, or he's romantically interested in her, is like, oh, can you blame him though? I mean, look at her.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
The heart wants the heart wants
trash.
what it wants. Am I right?
That's disgusting.
So that's just a little, taste of the kind of mindset that you're dealing with here. So yeah, don't support that movie.
Yeah, can we do happy news for the end?
Yeah, I mean, I was going there.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's
There's a Rosa Parks biopic, but it's not going to be about her sitting on the.
Is that funny?
Oh,
It's biopic, isn't it?
isn't it biopic?
I've heard it both ways.
I've heard
and
it,
I
yeah.
just choose to say it whichever way I feel like saying it. at
I'm
the
hearing
moment.
two very different opinions.
Rakeem, no!
I'm hearing
What?
two very different
That movie
opinions,
is
the
the
from black
epitome
people
of
about
biopics.
this. Some for, some against. Anyway,
Woo.
the director of Daughters of Dust, Julie Dash, is signed on to direct this. I've actually never seen Daughters of Dust, but I've heard great things about it. Yeah, it's about her working in the 40s because a lot of people don't know that she was she worked for the NAACP and was like an activist for like a long time. Like a lot of people think she was just like some old lady that just sat down on a bus because she just got tired.
She
or
was
something.
tired. No.
Yeah, like that was a political statement.
Bad bitch was her lifestyle.
Issa Rae met Michelle Obama.
I saw that.
I don't know if y'all thought.
We
I thought
stand.
that was really cute.
We stand legends here.
Eva Marcille is going to be on Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Isn't it Marcel? Sorry.
Is it Marcel? I don't know.
I think it's Marcel.
Okay, well, look, listen. There you go.
Oh,
Eva Marcille
Can
is what?
oh, I wanted to make a movie announcement.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Go for it.
The Death and Life of Marsha P. Johnson is coming this Friday, October 6th on Netflix. And if QPOC, if you guys are not familiar with Marsha P. Johnson, she's a trans woman of color who basically spearheaded the Stonewall riots. So it features a story on her and Sylvia Rivera, who is also crucial in the movement. It's kind of... I mean, I saw this during Outfest, and it kind of shows it as a mystery murder because it's still we still don't know how she was how she died. But I think it'll be good to bring her name up to attention because I believe Marsha P. Johnson should be a household name in our history, but unfortunately not a lot of people know who she is. But so look out for that movie and watch it.
Yes. Did you guys see that? Did you guys see that video of Kendall Jenner crying about the Pepsi scandal?
Yeah,
I was dying.
She was like, I just felt so fucking stupid, and like,
If I knew.
I just didn't want people to like feel that way, and I'm just like really upset that like I like hurt people,
If I
and
knew it
so
was gonna hurt
like
people, I
you
would have
know,
never
and
done it.
her little lip injections were about to pop. I was like, girl, bring it down to like
She
a
wanted
5.
she wanted to be Rihanna in the Needed Me video so bad with the outfit and the haircut she had on, and I was like, sis, it's not happening. Like, just stop. Like, again, this is why it's important to have a good team of people around you.
Oh, is
Renee?
was this like a clip from the show, or was like an interview?
Yeah, it was like all over Twitter because people were like making fun of
my
her on that.
Yeah, it's pretty funny actually. I got a
It's
really
so
good
funny.
laugh
I
out of
love that
I
they like wait
Was
until
dying.
a show airs to kind of talk about whatever issue's going on, because it's like super smart, because that's how they get ratings. Like Kim didn't talk about the kidnapping until
Yeah.
the show came on. Yeah.
This dramatic ass music.
Hurt someone ever, and I would obviously, if I knew that this was going to be the outcome, like I would have never done something like this. But you don't know when you're in the moment, and like it was the most, like it was so, like I just felt so stupid.
Because you are.
Like,
As you should have.
like I just like, you know, like.
It's like, Mom, give me a Pepsi.
Like,
I mean,
I don't feel good. You know, I don't feel
You know
comfortable
what's
here. So
weird
why
is,
would
like,
you
they-
do that?
You know what's? I don't like it's weird. Like their features. They're like their plastic surgery is all starting to like look the same, and they look so much like. I don't know. It's just weird. Like they look the same, but not because they're sisters. Like their surgery looks the same, and so they look like real. I don't know. It's just really.
It's like when you
interesting to me.
use the same effect on a video or something. Like you like save it as a template or something like that, and you just
Yeah.
copy and paste it over.
It. Yeah, it's like they're definitely all going to the same.
I thought you were gonna say going to hell.
Oh well, I mean, a couple of them are doing that too, but you know,
Yeah.
stealing off of black women. But anyway, I guess that's about going to. Oh well, Game of Thrones is reportedly shooting multiple endings so that if there is another leak, they can like switch up on us. And have another
Wow.
ending. I think that's extra as fuck because like at the end of the day, no matter what leaks, people are still gonna tune in. We already saw the books have been out, so and people have been tuning in even though they could just open up a book and see it. Like
No, but
I
we're
mean,
past the books though.
That's what RuPaul's
I know.
Drag Race does.
I
I know
think
you guys
it's
don't watch it,
extra.
but
I don't think that's necessary, but I mean, I want to see all of them. Hopefully, they'll release all of them at some point.
I'm glad they're doing it because I hate when stuff leaks. Like it's just because especially when you work really hard on something, like and then it leaks out, like it sucks. So I'm glad they're shooting multiple endings. I'm scared of what they are because I feel like what's gonna happen is they're gonna shoot multiple endings and choose the most depressing one, like the Night King winning or something.
I'd be fine with any ending, to be honest with you. I just want I really want Sansa to rule the North.
Lady Sansa.
Lady Sansa, Queen Sansa of the North.
Queen Sansa, the first of her name, Queen of the Andals and the First Men, Khaleesi of the Great Grass Sea, Queen of Marine, Mother of Dragons, Breaker of Chains.
Wait, Breaker
and
of Chains is the Mother of Dragons?
Oh, the Unburnt. Breaker of Chains
She's
and Mother
unburnt?
of Dragons.
Isn't that
She's
Daenerys?
the Unburnt.
Oh. Daenerys, fucker of nephews.
Yeah.
oh my god.
Oh my god.
Queen of incest.
Queen of Chromosomes.
Queen of chromosomes.
Queen of Chromosomes.
Okay. So that's going to cover minutes of color. We'll be back with the discourse. Ba-ba-ba-bum.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the discourse. I'm sorry I can't do an accent, but that's all we get. That's all we get.
The discourse.
There you go.
The Discourse.
So,
I don't know what that was. Sorry.
So, as we all know, and as we as trash bags are aware, this week has been really hard for us and for our listeners. So we're not going to get too intense with this discourse. We want to keep it light and keep it feel good. So what we're going to do is kind of go around our trash bag circle and talk about what makes us trash bags feel good. And that's anywhere from our favorite shows, favorite songs, music, movies, things like that. So who wants to go first?
Me. So my favorite movie is Titanic. Yeah, actually Titanic, I get dragged a lot for this. But Titanic is one of my favorite movies. I just like I like epics, and I like big dramas, and I also just like beautiful gowns and Rose. I mean, all the looks, like from her like pinstripe like suit, the big gigantic ass hat as she enters, like when she okay, the scene opens with like her, like the door opening and like her hand coming out, her gloved hand coming out, and then she steps out and she's wearing like this like form-fitting like ankle length like suit, pinstripe suit, and like she has like this big ass like gigantic ass dark blue hat, and like she's just like she just looks so good. And then there's the scene where like she's about to like commit suicide, and she's wearing like this red like satiny kind of dress with like black like lace or something, and like she slips on it like as she's about to like go over on the ship, and like Jack has to like pull her back up. Like, talk about your dress working against you. And like
have you got into those situations before, Baze? You're like,
oh yeah, like definitely. Like, I mean, who hasn't had a time when they were about to commit suicide and they just like almost fell over, but then
they look fierce.
Come back, you know. But they looked fierce, like suicide, but make it sexy. No,
oh
wait,
my
no,
God, Baze,
never mind. Nope, no.
Take it back.
I am taking that back. That was hashtag problematic.
Hello,
and
darkness, my old friend. That yikes.
Yes. Anyway, who said that?
Wait, can I ask you a question, Baze?
Yes.
Did you think that
Yes.
Billy Zane in that movie was cute?
Oh yes.
Okay.
So first of all, you know what? It just was like broke my heart that he ended up being abusive. Like, he slapped her at the end of the movie, because the whole movie I was like, okay, Billy Zane is like, first of all, what does Jack got? Maybe like Jack maybe has good dick, but she wouldn't even know because she was a virgin before she fucked him. And so like, and then like, of course it's gonna be exciting. Like, you're in a fucking car in a ship in the middle of the ocean, and like there's niggas walking around like sweating, putting coal in like the goddamn ship to keep it running. Like, of course, I mean, and you just went on this chase in like this beautiful, like luxurious ass, like thin ass gown that like floats behind you with your beautiful red curls like bouncing around you. Like, of course, like you had this big dramatic ass running scene, and like, of course it's gonna be hot, but like, let's be real, was it that good? Because I feel like Jack has cheese dick. I do.
Oh my God.
I do. I feel like Jack did not take showers.
Jack,
and I feel,
Jack
I
cheese
feel like,
dick.
He's a
and-
street
and
rat.
yes. Yes.
Jack cheese
I
dick.
felt like I was gonna say Jack the cheesy.
Jack be nimble. Jack be nimble. Jack be quick. Jack has cheese because you don't wash his dick.
Oh.
But yeah, so Kaladin Hockley. Even that name, Kaladin Hockley, Cal for short.
Who's that?
Cal, if you're
That's
nasty.
really white.
That was Billy Zane's character.
Oh, was
He
he
had
the
that-
one that
he
looked
had,
like,
like-
he said, "Oh, like I'll call my lawyer if like you do anything." Like, he looked like the fuck boy. He was the
Yeah.
fuck boy. Okay.
But I just, I've always liked, even when I've been attracted to white men, I've always liked dark whites, like exotic whites.
Wait.
And so like,
What?
I never got like
The
I never
spicy
got
mayo.
I never got Leonardo DiCaprio's like
Dark
appeal,
white.
like because he's like blonde and he's like Aryan looking. But Cal, he had like
Toasted
that
white
tan
bread.
skin and like the dark hair and the dark eyes, and he was just like, oh, and he had that voice.
Oh, and
so
he
I
had
was
really
just
good
like,
bangs.
Oh yes, I was just like, take me, daddy. Like, she could have had that any day of the week, and she chose, but he was abusive, so like I can't fault her too hard for that. But anyway, she just was giving looks, like even in the water, like she had that dress and it was just like flowing behind her while she was on the. Okay, sorry, I'm gonna stop. But anyway, the gowns, beautiful gowns. Drama gave you drama, like when they were on the ship and they were on the edge, and then the ship broke in half. And then they were smart enough because they got on the other side and they were on it to the very last second. It just was it was an experience, and it is one of my favorite movies. Anyway,
Have you heard? Well, I don't know if this is a joke, but someone was saying, I was talking to someone on Twitter, and they were talking about how like the Titanic was a comedy to them because it was reparations for slave ships, and I was like,
well, there was one black man on the ship.
did he survive?
No, but his white wife and their mixed children did.
Of course.
Oh.
Base for the longest time, like when that movie came out, I didn't realize that like actors were like people, like, and not like they weren't their characters. So I remember the next movie I saw Leonardo DiCaprio in, I was like, didn't he die on the boat?
Oh my god.
I remember
you thought it was like a documentary.
I didn't realize that movies like weren't real. So it was just like they were just like, are you dumb? Like, what are you? I don't know.
I just remember wanting to see the drawing scene and like the car scene because I wasn't allowed to see it. So because the first time I saw it, I was over at my aunt and uncle's house with my cousins, and my cousins were were teenagers, so they were allowed to stay in the room to watch the scenes or whatever. But I had to I was like a child, like I was like 5 or 6. And so they were like, you have to, like, they had rented it from Blockbuster. Remember Blockbuster? Mm-hmm. And so, like, I had to, like, leave the room. And so when I came back, it was over. And I was just always like, what happened? Oh, my God, I wonder what happened. I want to know.
What did you think happened?
I didn't know. I just, you know, when you're a child, like, anything is possible, you know? Like, the sky's the limit. I don't know. Like, for all I knew, like, a dragon came out her pussy or something. I don't know.
Dragon pussy.
Dragon pussy. Fire.
That
My
pussy's
shit
fire.
is fuego.
Call my pussy Drogon because it's fire.
Like, you know, I don't know.
Oh,
but anyway, y'all, what's y'all shit?
I want to go next since we're on the movies genre.
Genre.
So my feel good movie is 2000 classic Bring It On.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good
pick.
To Torrance.
Exactly. So this movie is about cheerleading. It's about Southern California. It gives you I mean, it was kind of like a gang.
And
right?
I'm
About,
Big Red. Sorry.
I think that's one of my favorite things that like what makes an iconic movie is like one-liners, dance moves, good soundtrack, cute girls and cute boys.
Eliza Dushku.
It was starring.
Were you? Oh.
Yes. Okay. So I was a huge.
I have a
fan
question. Sorry.
Oh, go for it.
Oh, I had a question for you because I was like, I hate to admit this, but I was like rooting for the white cheerleaders.
Wait,
when I first saw it when I was a kid, and I was like, who are these Negroes coming in here trying to mess this Caucasian fantasy up? So I just was like curious, like did you who were you rooting for? Were you rooting for the Clovers? Or are you?
Oh my God, no! East Compton Clovers. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, damn. Listen,
I mean,
I was a child.
I was in love with Gabrielle Union. She was like, all the faces she was serving in that movie, like when she walks by Kirsten Dunst during the competition, she just like raises her eyebrow, like doesn't even say a word to her, just raises her eyebrow, and I was like, fuck.
Demolish her just with an eyebrow raise.
I was like, why are they so mean to these nice little white girls?
And like, I don't know, and that I mean, especially for a little queer kid like myself, like I love movies that have like strong women in them. So like, I mean, both of them were like the captain of their teams, Kirsten Dunst and Gabrielle Union, and they're both strong women, and they both like, I'm gonna do whatever it takes for my squad, and but you know, it gave you spirit fingers, it gave you choreography, really cute outfits. Oh, and there was like one gay cheerleader, so that was really cool.
Oh yeah.
I
was actually into the straight one. I was like, because you know, dark white again. I just
dark.
Well, yeah. Did you guys have a crush on Kirsten Dunst's brother?
Oh, Azealia Banks' ex.
No, I didn't get that at all. I never thought he was attractive.
What?
Oh, she did date him. I forgot about.
Oh,
that.
he's fine
Azealia
as
Banks.
fuck.
Yeah.
Jesse Bradford, the guy who played Cliff.
Yeah, I never got his his appeal.
They dated.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He's fine as fuck. Really?
I mean, yeah. I'm shook.
I disagree.
Oh my God, there's a picture of him right here. Holy shit.
I decline.
I do too.
I do decline.
Oh my God.
I honestly, but the only thing is though, I haven't seen anything that came after the Bring It On franchise. I haven't.
Wasn't Solange in one of the sequels?
She was.
Was it Bring It On 2 or 1?
And I think Rihanna was in one of them too.
No
oh my
way.
God.
Yeah, for like Bring It On Again or something.
Solange was in Bring It On All or Nothing, and it was her and Hayden Panettiere.
Oh Lord!
Oh my God, she stays playing cheerleaders. Oh my God, I just realized.
Oh, she does, huh?
Damn. But like, okay, the thing about Bring It On that was like so great. I mean, I knew I was gay at this point. Well, kind of. Like, I wanted to learn the routines, bitch. I was just
right.
like,
I honestly, that movie made me want to be a cheerleader for a bit.
And it also spurred like so many other cheerleading movies. Like there was that movie on Disney, like Gotta Kick It Up, where I learned what Si Se Puede means, and I was just like,
oh
fuck,
yeah,
yes. And her name was like Daisy, and she was like, you know, she was like the edgy like street girl that like was really smart, and like cheerleading was her ticket out of the hood, and she like did her car wash. I don't know, Bring It On was everything.
And I love all the one-liners, and like one of my favorite the like gifs from the movie was when Gabrielle Union was like, I know you didn't think some white girl made that shit up, like when they're talking about the choreography,
right,
and how she stole it. I was like, yes, get her.
Okay, based.
I think
go ahead.
I think it took me being an adult, like not an adult, but like a teenager, to like really get it and like really be like, okay, like I sympathize with the black characters, because I still feel like even though that movie had that commentary, I still feel like the white women were kind of positioned as like
the heroes.
Yeah,
the more sympathetic.
Yeah, because
like,
you open with them.
You know what I mean?
And you're following their storyline, and then it's like, yeah, and it's all of a sudden like, why are these mean?
Yeah,
cheerleaders?
exactly. So I was always rooting for them as a child.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I'm to be honest, Baze, I was kind of like you in that, like, I wouldn't say I was rooting for the Toros. I wasn't rooting for them, but it was kind of like, I never got the racial undertones when it came out. I was just more so like, oh, y'all are some thieves. Like, what the fuck? Like, that's wrong. But then I was like, oh, like the white girls learned their lesson and like all is well. I think they lose, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the white girls get second place.
It's funny because it's actually, I don't know if you guys heard of that movie called Patty Cakes. About like the white rapper lady or whatever. I saw it for free. And
wait, is it about the fat white girl?
Yeah.
Oh, I refuse.
And it's
there's no women of color in the movie, and it's only just her and a bunch of men of color. Nothing.
So there's one woman of color in there that's like a DJ that like literally gives her platform, right? And it's funny because it's when you were describing it, it's literally the same plot as Bring It On. It's like this white girl that's doing like this black art form, or like stealing from like black people, and then she learns her lesson when she's called out on appropriation, and then she like tries to be herself, and then like she doesn't win, but she learns the lesson, and then her song gets played on the radio anyway. Spoiler alert, I don't care. And it's just like, I realized that that's a trend actually, where you have like white people. Like, I hate it in movies when the plot is like, when like the you know, in the movies, like when everything gets really shitty right before it gets like really good. I forgot like what that's called, but it's like the worst moment in the film, or like the saddest moment or whatever, is like when the white people get called out on something, and then it's like that's just like an interesting thing I just realized with that. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah.
Trying to be happy.
Rakeem, Renee.
Yeah.
I have two, so is that okay? Can I? I'll try. Okay.
it.
So I want to talk about album first. So the first album that I bought is Destiny's Child Survivor.
Oh.
Yeah, it's actually everything. And obviously I had no job or wasn't able to make money when that came out, because that would be child labor. But so the way I got it was I would go to the thrift store with my aunt, and every Sunday, and I would go to the racks on all of the clothes, and I would just look in the pockets for money. And one day I was looking in some overalls, and I found $70. To me, as a 10-year-old, $70, bitch, you can tell me
That's
shit.
$1 billion.
I was like,
that's a lot to me now.
I was like,
shit.
hi, I'd like to buy a home. Like, this was
This is my down payment for a car.
Like, this is a car. Like, we're gonna move out of the hood. And so I got the money, and I told my mom, I was like, we gotta go to Walmart right now. And I got myself a Walkman. I got myself a Walkman that also had the radio on it, because I was a bad bitch. So you could listen to the radio.
Wow.
You didn't want to listen to your CDs. And then I got the CD, and I remember just like looking through the pages and whatever. And then when I first listened to it, I was blown the fuck away. And fun fact, I actually used to hate Beyonce and Destiny's Child. Like,
What?
I did. She annoyed the living hell out of me because I never understood why she got to sing so much. And I really liked Kelly because I was dark skinned, and me, my cousin, and my sister used to have like this little group where we would like come over. They would come over, or my cousin would come over like once every 2 weeks, and we would like practice Destiny's Child songs. And my cousin was like, "I'm Beyonce, you're Kelly. You can't say anything." And but then when I started like listening to the music, I didn't understand what any of it meant, but I was just like, "Oh, this is some good shit." And especially my favorite song on there is called Sexy Daddy. Well, it's not my favorite, but it's like one of my favorites, and it's called Sexy Daddy. And the beginning of it, I didn't know, like, Beige, you might know this song. Wait, have you heard that album? Have y'all heard the album?
Survivor?
Yeah, have any of you?
I mean, yeah, but
Yeah.
it's been
I know,
a
like,
minute.
I haven't
since
heard
I've
it like
listened to
every song.
Have you heard the one where she's like, Kelly, what? Michelle, what? Look, holla, turn your head. Don't, slowly turn your head. You know what I'm talking about?
What?
It's been
Never
a long
mind.
time
Okay,
since I listened to it.
okay. Well, hopefully one listener got it, but like,
I really like that though. I want you to do that again. Like it.
Okay, because I didn't know what she was saying, and she's saying, Kelly, what? Michelle, what? Look, hold on. Don't turn your head. Just slowly turn your head. All right. And I was like, oh my God.
What is that?
It's the beginning of the fucking song. Okay, if I find it, I'll play it. But but okay, and it also spurred the most problematic Beyonce Destiny's Child song, which is Nasty Girl, which is still a bop, to be honest with you. But like the album,
What is this, slut shaming?
it's really slut shaming. Okay, hold on. This is the beginning of the song. Hold on.
Put some clothes on. I told you.
Oh wait, no, that's the wrong song. Oh fuck, I'm gonna get dragged. It's called Apple Pie Lemon, not Sexy Daddy. Holy fuck. This is the beginning of the song. Hold on.
Are we allowed to do this?
Yep. That I was just like, oh shit. But yeah, we're allowed to do that. I'm not putting the MP3 in the music, so it's in the thing, so it's fine. Wait, who did someone ask me a question?
Nasty put some clothes on. I told
No.
you.
No.
Oh, okay. Yes, it's a bop though. Like, I mean, it was slut shamey, but it goes off. And then the movie I was going to talk about is my favorite movie of all time, which I watch every time I get really sad, is Pride and Prejudice with Keira Knightley.
So you're looking for PMP?
Oh, some little Pride.
Beautiful.
And Prejudice.
Beautiful gowns. Beautiful gowns.
It's
You know, I love me a good period drama.
It's beautiful. Like Keira
It
Knightley
is.
was made to play Elizabeth Bennet. Like the cinematography was really
The
good.
cinematography.
It was just like I'm gonna watch it tonight. It's so.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Oh, bitch.
I've
I wish I
never
was
seen that movie,
could come
Rakeem,
over.
So you're gonna have to sell it to me right now.
Show you the movie? Do you know what the plot?
No,
do you know what?
I've never seen the movie, so yeah, sell it to me.
You never seen the movie? Have you heard of the book?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
So
I have heard of the zombie version too.
that's really good too. Actually,
I want to see that. I actually have not seen it. I really want to see it.
It's very
The zombie
good.
one? Okay. Anyway, sell it.
Sell the movie.
Sell-
Oh fuck.
sell
okay.
it to me.
Oh my god, I performance anxiety.
Well,
So
so far it's got 85% Rotten Tomatoes, and that's higher than Bring It On. I disagree, even though I haven't seen it.
wow, that's how stands work. To be honest with you, they're like, I haven't seen it, but it's trash.
I disagree.
Okay,
Okay,
so sell it to you. Okay, so
Sell it.
Keira Knightley. Okay, I have to talk like a film critic. Keira Knightley gives a chilling performance of Elizabeth Bennet, and Joe Wright's modern adaptation of the Mary. Oh, who wrote it? Fuck, what's her name? I was gonna say Mary.
Jane Austen?
Thank you. I was gonna say Mary Shelley. Jane Austen's Frankenstein. Oh, Jane Austen's
Frankenstein.
Fail. Oh my god,
Trash.
Jane Austen. I would read a Jane Austen.
Oh my God.
Frankenstein. It'd be like Frankenstein has to like try to court, like a human to, I don't know, make it
The
happen.
Bride of
Oh.
Frankenstein, like trying to find her rich Frankenstein husband and like going through all these hijinks and shit to get to him.
Like, you have to kiss a
He's a
lot of
man of
sugar daddies till you
means.
find your prince. It's,
He's a man of means because Jane Austen novels always end up with the woman marrying a rich man.
That's pretty much what happens, John. If you like a movie about a successful relationship where the woman marries rich,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's always about women marrying up. It's always about like impoverished women of like nobility marrying like rich men of nobility.
Yeah. Also, did you know the lady that plays Jane is the same one that plays Amy in Gone Girl?
Yep.
Rosamund Pike.
She's a great actress. She
did that. Jane was that bitch.
No, she was. She was too shy for me. She would not have survived in the real world. She was lucky she had Elizabeth with her.
Pretty privileged.
Are there a lot of one-liners in this movie? Am I gonna walk away and be like, spirit fingers?
No.
You'll say,
but you're the last man I could ever be prevailed upon to marry. You can say that.
You can say that, or you can say you can say you have utterly bewitched me, body and soul. And
okay, I'll listen for that one.
Or you will say a lot, Mr. Darcy.
I do hear that one a lot. I don't know I never knew what the Darcy reference was about.
Oh well, now you know.
His name is Darcy.
You know. Anyway,
Renee's have you seen Duchess? Wait, but real quick, Rakeem, have you seen Duchess with Keira Knightley?
Yes. Oh my god.
The gowns, bitch.
Gown.
Okay, Renee, I'm gonna stand.
No, stand for gowns.
No. Because if I don't go now, it'll be an hour. Go ahead.
Wait, speaking of Duchess, have you guys heard Double Duchess from Fergie?
I did, and I don't care. Would like my time reclaimed.
Oh, okay, Renee.
I was kidding. I haven't heard a song. Anyway,
you don't need to.
Sorry,
hey,
Renee.
It's me, Renee.
Renee.
So for me,
Renee.
So don't.
Wait, what's your middle name again?
No, don't.
Don't,
please.
That was to stay between us and Gage. By the way, shout out. Oh, can I shout out to Gage?
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Shout out to Gage. Yeah, we were going.
We'll shout him out later, but
okay.
Yeah, shout out Gage.
Big sweetheart. But anyway, and beautiful gowns. I think. Well, I have two. I would say, did y'all ever watch Mi Familia? Okay. No. Okay, so
no.
What, Ricky?
Nothing. No, nothing.
So it was one of.
Okay, I'm googling it right now. It's 85%. Sell it. Okay, sell it.
Okay, well, so when I was a kid, I wasn't used to seeing people that look like myself on screen. I mean, to this day, I'm still not used to it. And I guess same with all minorities. Fucking.
Wait.
I remember my parents going to taking me to go see this movie and like seeing like a story play out that was very similar to our own, and like being like, holy shit, like this is like a big deal, and it was like really important to me at the time, and like still is. And it's basically it starts in the 1940s. J-Lo plays an immigrant, and Jenny from the Block is like one of her first films. And so they start a family in LA, and so it goes from the 1940s to the 90s, and so it like basically spans 3 generations and kind of like everything that they go through as Mexican Americans.
This actually sounds familiar to me. If it takes place in the past, I've probably seen it.
Yeah, it partly takes place in the past, but
what? It's true.
It was just like a really big deal, because not only did I see myself on screen, but I also saw my issues and like a lot of things, like I guess like deportation.
Yeah, this synopsis. Yeah, this
what
synopsis
does it say?
sounds really intense. Okay. Each subsequent generation contends with political and social hardships, ranging from illegal deportations in the 1940s to racial tensions and gang fights in the 60s and 70s. Yet through it all, or perhaps because of it, the family remains strong.
Right. So, it's a really fucking intense movie. So I think that one, there's just like a lot of like the houses, the art, the cinematography. The music was like the
well, if it's
the music
J-Lo.
was like the stuff that like my mom or dad listened to that I wasn't used to coming out of like a screen. You know what I'm saying? In a movie theater. So it was I think that's probably one of my favorite. I like to watch that a lot. It's actually Not on Netflix, but like the full thing is on YouTube if you want to watch it in like 10 parts. Anybody? Yeah.
Oh dang! The full movie's on YouTube.
You know, when we think about it, J-Lo really plays like a lot of like iconic roles in movies.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
Like she had enough.
She's a much better actress than she is a singer.
Yeah, she was.
Oh,
yeah, she
well.
was a really good actress. And she used to do really good movies too.
What?
I mean,
What? Rest in peace.
no, I don't want to. No, I don't want the
She
J-Lo
was
fans to come
talented.
after me. No, but I have a lot of respect for J-Lo still. But yeah, so yeah.
Or the Nate. Can you do some one-liners for us from the movie that we can look forward to when we watch
I
it?
don't think that movie
Yeah,
sounds like it
I
has
mean-
one line.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just.
Everything doesn't have a one-liner, John.
Oh come on, no. There's not like
God, the
a
ones that I
memorable
remember are
quote or
really-
something.
No, you don't want. Yeah, no.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll pass.
But yeah, so that one,
dark,
and you know,
dark.
it's so funny because my absolute favorite book, or one of my absolute favorite books, besides Mark's, obviously, would be
Oh, okay.
Wait, what?
Oh.
Oh, sorry. When you said Marx, I thought you meant Karl Marx. And I was
Her
like,
Too.
What?
Sorry.
Karl Marx.
Ariana Grande was talking about Karl Marx the other day on Tumblr.
So to the left, what's it really about?
But
Bye.
fucking The Brief and Wondrous Life of Oscar Wilde, which is kind of spans several generations, and it's actually about Dominicans and their history. So I thought that one. I think I'm really into like, especially minorities. I think like our stories are really important, but they've also very affected by the stories of our parents and their histories and like the shit that they went through. And maybe some of the traumas and things that we don't know about, but like that they are keeping to themselves, but very obviously have affected them and shaped them as people. So I think that's why I'm like really into, and obviously because of how much history there is in both movies, I think I'm really into that. And then just really quick, but Prince's entire catalog, whenever I have like a really bad day, it never fails. Like I'll just listen to like 10 Prince songs in a row, and like I like feel better afterwards. So.
Aww.
I didn't know you were a Prince fan
Oh my
like
god,
that.
are you kidding?
He's talked
Are you
about it
kidding
a
me?
few times.
Yeah, I'm like a huge.
No, I
What do
mean,
they call
oh,
what?
whoops.
What do they call Prince stands?
Poppers? No.
Poppers.
No, like the
Poppers.
Popper.
Popper. No, Prince ain't with that gay shit.
Bah, shut the fuck
Well,
up.
He wasn't.
I don't know. It's difficult.
I mean,
it's difficult.
He wasn't about that homosexual lifestyle.
He was kind of queer, right?
He was. I mean, it's his life story is complicated. Like, I guess queer, but then
guess.
also like was Jehovah's Witness, and then said some stupid shit, and then apologized for the stupid shit, and then I don't know.
He seems like he was non-binary, but like didn't have maybe the language at the time.
I
to
think
talk about it.
I mean, I wouldn't want to assign that to somebody who wouldn't assign it to themselves. But yeah, you bring up a good point.
Yeah,
I think that's partly why I feel like so connected to him in a way. So
yeah, one of my favorite Prince
my
songs
God.
is "I Would Die for You," and the like opening lines.
yeah,
The opening lines
I am
is
something
"I'm
that
not a
you'll
woman,
never
I'm not a
understand."
man,
Yes,
I'm something you'll never understand,"
Yes.
and I'm just
that's what I was thinking of. Yeah.
like whoa,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
progressive, you know.
I was gonna say another movie of mine is you guys will none of you have seen it, I'm sure. It's from 1930.
I'm sure.
And I meant it. It's from 1933, so it's called Babyface, and it's about a woman who, it's about a woman who, it's a pre-code talkie. So I'm really big into old movies, and pre-code talkies were what they were is, they were called talkies because they were the first films that had sound. This was right after the silent era had ended, and they were right before Hollywood like cracked down. So like if you notice, like a lot of like 40s and 50s and 60s movies are like sort of like very sanitized and very innocent, and this was before that like sanitization of Hollywood happened. And so there were a lot of like racy movies that like, you know, aren't really super racy for us today, but like for that time were very racy. And especially if you're used to seeing a lot of these movie stars like in very like, you know, very innocent type roles. It's starring Barbara Stanwyck, and it's about a woman who is like poor, and her father basically like sells her to men, and like she doesn't have a lot of opportunities, but she decides to like take her power, and like she sleeps her way to the top of this like office building, and like ends up like marrying the dude, but then he ends up dying. He dies, and she like, no, he's like, I think he like commits suicide because he like ends up owing money because he's been giving her so much jewelry, and he like asks for some of it back so that he can pay some of his debts, and she's like, huh, you thought, bitch. And then he ends up like killing himself or something. And it's like a really like progressive movie, and it's about like a woman like just like reclaiming her power and like doing what the fuck she wants, and in the end she doesn't get punished for it.
This sounds like Ultraviolence
like,
by Lana Del Rey, to be honest with you. I was just like, oh,
well,
okay, I've
you
heard
know
this
what?
song before. I
I'm
like
sure
this
she's
song.
seen this movie. Then there's also Redheaded Woman starring Jean Harlow, and it's also about a woman who like just keeps like finding new men to like take care of her, and then when like it doesn't work out, like she bounces to the next dick boy.
Yes.
Days.
But if you want a quote, let's see. Well, there's just this scene I can read real quick. The guy says to her, "What's the matter? You getting particular?" And she says, "Maybe I am. Did you ever take a good look at yourself?" He says, "Yeah."
Dang.
And he said, "Yeah, you're exclusive. You are the sweetheart of the night shift. Come on, you're wasting my time. Everybody knows about you." Her, "Yeah, well, you ain't going to." And then there's like this scene, and it's been all over Tumblr because it's like a gift set. But like, there's a scene where like he puts his hand on her leg, and she has like
And she
a hot cup
spills
of
it.
coffee in her hand, and she pours it on his hand, and she spills it onto her leg. And they're like, "That's how bad of a bitch she was. She burned herself so that she could burn him."
That's so good.
So it's like a really good movie. Like,
What's it called again?
It's called Babyface.
Oh, Babyface.
It might be on YouTube, because a lot of like the old movies are on there now. Yeah.
Baze, I was gonna ask you I don't know a lot of old black and white films like you, but my favorite one is Some Like It Hot. Have you seen that?
Isn't it?
It's not my favorite. It's with Marilyn Monroe.
Isn't that
right?
the one where it's
Yeah.
like
And it's like almost like
white girls?
Tony Curtis is in drag.
It's almost like
What?
Huh?
like an old version of White Girls.
Oh, kind of, yeah.
Yeah,
Because these
yeah.
men do drag and like they're trying to get the girl. Yeah.
Mhm.
Huh.
And there's like this scene at the end of the movie where like one of the guys dressed as a girl is like, I just have to say something. She's like he's with this rich guy, and like has been flirting with him, and it's like, I have to come clean. I can't have children. And he was like, "That's okay."
Nobody's perfect.
And he was like, "Fuck," like, you know, he didn't say fuck, but he's like, "Ah." So he's like sitting there. He's like, "How can I get out?" He's like, "Okay, I'm not a woman." And he's like, "That's fine."
Yeah, doesn't he say nobody's perfect?
That's like in the
Yeah,
White
he says
Girls
nobody's
movie
perfect.
Oh my god. Okay, I have
Oh,
two.
I was gonna say that's like in the White Girls movie when one of them, I forgot which one was, like he goes like, "I'm actually not a woman," and he takes off his mask and he's like, "Oh my god, I can't believe you're not white." Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that
That just makes me think of like all these. Never mind.
I was just about Oh,
It just makes me think of all these black gays that like will like literally date anything. Anyway.
I knew that was where this was going. Let
me put on some chapstick.
I have two quick anime shows that I want to recommend that I have been watching that helps me get through things. And actually what I watched today to kind of get my mind off the news. One of them has been going on forever, which is Detective Conan, which is in America. It's called Case Closed, and I think you guys might have seen it before. It's like the one about he's like the detective dude that gets turned into a kid, and then he like solves murders and stuff like that. It's kind of like SVU, but like in anime form. But like all the murders are really smart and shit. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
No.
Really? Damn.
I get your,
well,
what
it
you're
has
trying
like
to say. but, like, I don't.
850 something episodes. Like it's been going on for like a really, really, really long time. So if you like murder mysteries and that kind of thing. That's really good. And the other thing, I know you guys definitely don't know what this is, but I've been talking about it for literally like the last 3 months to anyone that will listen. And I would definitely recommend, if you guys are into anime at all, like the Fate Stay Night series. I just think it's so fucking good. It's about like...
I do.
Yes!
You introduced me to that, and I like it. And Renee knows I do this, but sometimes I just like fast forward to the fight scenes, but it's totally worth it because those fight scenes are so good.
It's so good. It's pretty much about like these mages that fight in this thing called the Holy Grail War, and they summon like heroic spirits. So you see like Hercules fighting like King Arthur, fighting like Medea and shit like that. It's really, really good. So if you guys are into like, and it's a really good plot line too.
And there's different archetypes. There's different weapons. Like there's the lancer with the sword, the what's the archer with the bow and arrow.
Yeah, you get
to see all these different weapons. It's really cool.
Yeah, they're put into like 7 classes, so it's like saber, archer, lancer. So last week when I was talking about how I like am really obsessed with lore, this is what I was really talking about, because I could literally talk about this for 2 hours. But there's like the saber, archer, lancer, berserker, assassin, caster, and what's the last one I'm missing? Lancer? No.
A mage of some kind?
I think I said like caster, but there's one more. And they all rider. And so they all kind of like fight to the death or whatever. So like you're summoned into like the class that like you had based off of like what your legend was. So like I don't want to spoil, but like King Arthur, for example, is like the saber with like Excalibur and shit like that. It's really dope. But anyway.
Do you think Code Geass has enough fighting for John to actually enjoy it? No,
I think so. Because Code Geass isn't necessarily about the
fighting. There's fighting like every episode.
Is there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I was on the very first one, and you know how like when you fast forward over it, you can kind of see the preview on like the bottom of your screen. I was trying to check for like a good fight scene. I was like,
you were trying to check a fight scene.
I mean, you can't force yourself.
No, but she just watches for the fighting though. She just likes the body on body contact.
Oh, then if you want,
why not just watch YouTube clips of fighting?
Yeah, if you want to see
I
an
do
anime,
that sometimes. You go look up a show and then at the very end I type in fight scene.
Oh my god, Renee!
Like,
I mean, John.
If you want to watch an anime with no plot and a lot of fight scenes, watch Bleach.
Okay.
I tried to watch Bleach. I found it kind of boring.
Tried. Exactly. It's trash.
If we're suggesting things, there's a show that I'm not suggesting this, but really quick before I suggest something, I started watching Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Sorry, my mind is like jumping all the time, and so like that's how I talk. Like I just jump from thing to thing. I was watching Sabrina the Teenage Bruja, and it's like not aged well at all. Like it's very very 90s, and I didn't realize
only
like
funny
how
at that time.
it's fun. Like I can still enjoy it, but like a lot of it is just like there's like a scene where she becomes a boy and she's like, oh wow, like suddenly I know how to deal with cars, and it's just very like it's just
kind of funny.
It's just a reminder of like how far we've come in in like media and stuff and the way that we talk about things. But anyway, but it also is still a fun show, so like if you want to revisit, Salem is hilarious. That little black cat is hilarious. But there's a show that I watched. It's called The Five, and it's like a crime show, and basically it's these 4 like kids that are like 12 are playing in the woods, and one of the kids' little brother wants to come with them, but they won't let him come with them. So he ends up disappearing, and that was in 1995. And so like fast forward to like 2016, which is when the show was airing. The black guy, like the black kid, grew up to be like a detective or whatever, and he finds the kid's DNA at a crime scene like 20 years later.
Wait.
And so it's about them figuring out what happened with that. I saw it on Netflix. It's called The Five. It's really I thought it was really good. Like there were some corny things, and like their depiction of like the one American character was like really like weird, but very like over dramatic, but I enjoyed it a lot. So
really
so
quick,
if you're really into like crime and like stuff like that, like it's really good.
Really quick before we go, I just have a quick question. Did you watch the anime with Jaden Smith that he did or whatever, because that came out
I
this
didn't
week.
know. I
couldn't.
didn't
I
know
tried
about
to
that.
watch that too. I couldn't.
I didn't know about that.
Oh,
Niyoyoki or
yeah. I don't know
I've
what it's. I've heard it's trash, but I'll watch it and then I'll give an update next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably like I like Jaden like as a concept, I guess, but like I don't want to like
Execution.
Wow.
yeah.
I wouldn't say that about people now. I like you as a concept, but I don't think we should be friends.
Oh, I'm
Let me not
triggered.
say that
Okay.
just in case.
Bye.
What if like one of them ends up listening to our show just to be like weird and like let's find an obscure podcast to listen to.
Hi. Renee would like it because I've heard it's like very anti-capitalist. So no, I'm
Jay
being
and
very
Smith's show?
serious. Like I've heard it is. So
Oh,
Oh.
yeah.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
Never mind.
All right. Well, anything?
So, is that everyone's feel goods?
I think so.
I do think though, since unfortunately y'all trifling ass listeners haven't written any letters into us this past week.
Oh wait,
God,
y'all
don't call them out.
y'all keep dragging
We calling
the
you.
listeners.
We calling y'all out. We calling y'all out.
Call
on
in.
today-
Call in.
on to date.
Call in.
Don't.
Don't call out.
Yeah. So like, if you guys want to talk about your weeks, we should probably do it now because we don't really need to go into another segment.
Okay.
So I really don't think I have anything to say. So yeah, I'm gonna be Renee this week with
Bye.
the NBA.
Do you guys have anyone to shout out or anything to?
I would. Well, I'm really upset right now, like because I was told I can get Apple Care and my gym is closed for 2 weeks, and I don't know why. And that's not good. So I had to pay $40 to get a 2-week subscription to another gym, and that's never fun. But like Kim, people are dying, so I mean, whatever. But also. I know before I said that I was working on a juried show or an exhibition to try to get like younger artists and like emerging artists and whatnot out or to display in a gallery space. And my job is actually, we finally announced the damn show. It's called the LA Open 2018, and it's essentially a show for like emerging artists or like younger artists to get the chance to display work in a pretty big ass gallery. And I don't want to say much because I don't want to say like where I work on air, but I would try to link it in the description if I remember. If not, I will definitely do that next week. But definitely apply if you're looking to do that. And hopefully we can get some people in. The show is being juried by an artist named Fabian Deborah, who works with Homeboy Industries. That
sounds cool.
Yeah, I don't know if you know what Homeboy Industries is, but
I have heard of it.
Yeah, so it's essentially like a organization that works with like rehabilitated gang members or people that were homeless and puts them back into work and whatnot. So we're collaborating with them on the exhibition. And Fabian is the drug rehabilitation counselor, but he's a Chicano artist, but he also makes these really nice, really great, like giant mural paintings. And all of the paintings that he does are like dedicated to his daughter, which is really, really beautiful. So Fabian has a really great eye for work. And then I'll be co-curating the show with him as well. So I will put as much information I can in the description box. And I'm finally happy I can talk about it because I've been single-handedly planning this show for like 3 months. So yay.
Yay.
Well,
Bum, 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 bum.
I want to shout out my listener friends from Chicago, Joey and Nate. And I also want to shout out, I went to FUBU not this past week, the weekend before. And I met Uzo of Stuzo Clothing. And she's amazing. She's a queer woman of color. And just like her, if you guys don't know Stuzo Clothing, you can look them up on Instagram. And they were actually at New York Fashion Week, I think. But if you guys, I think it's it's targeted for women and women who like women, and I don't know, it's just a really cool brand. So check that out.
Yeah.
Renee.
Yes. I love my week.
You were so dumb.
Yeah.
Is that it? Okay.
All right.
Okay, well,
I
that's
think
going to wrap up this episode of POC. Thank you guys for listening. Or let me not say you guys. Thank everyone for listening.
Look at you.
Again, if
And
you
we
want,
hope you're all doing well
Yeah.
with this hard week.
yeah, take time out if you need to listen to old episodes of the podcast if you like.
Ooh, yeah. And
If you-
thanks for listening to our feel goods. If you guys have feel goods that you want us to know about, let us know.
Send them into podcastofcolor@gmail.com.
Or put them in
along
the
with your honey
comments of
roast.
like the Instagram and stuff, or the SoundCloud, or the iTunes.
Yeah. Tell us your favorite movies or songs.
And
y'all can
and
outro.
watch and watch the things that
Anti-capitalist.
we recommended if you want, or listen or read, and then tell us that they're beautiful or that they're garbage.
And our Instagrams, the things that you recommended, the Twitter is Trash of Color, and everything else is at Podcast of Color. And again, if you guys can rate and leave comments on iTunes, that's really great too, because it helps the show get more. Basis favorite word. It helps us get more clout in the podcast and the podcast community.
Gotta get that clout, B.
Yeah. And also, there might be one or two shows I might be appearing on later. So who knows? We'll see.
that
We're also
teaser.
Oh yeah, we're
on
on
YouTube
YouTube
now.
y'all.
Oh, and we're
Oh,
also on
yeah.
YouTube now. So if you go to Podcast of Color, the episodes will now be uploaded there. And you can, I think it's just Podcast of Color, and then you can check them out there as well. Again, everyone, just check in with yourself, treat yourself. Have a mental health day if you need to. Eat some bad shit. Get in and out. Do what you need to.
No, don't get in and out. Get Roscoe's and chicken and
I
waffles.
don't know. Do whatever you
Some
need
King
to.
Taco.
Yes, it's all about Roscoe's. In and out is overrated and it's nasty.
Ooh,
Yeah, get you some pink
fuck.
taco. Don't.
We're gonna talk about food, bitch. I want to eat. Like, oh my god.
We should have mentioned feel good food.
I miss Roscoe's so
Go to
much.
the
John's dick
pool.
doesn't count.
Roscoe's. You will never find anything like Roscoe's anywhere else.
Really?
No, I have not been. I've been at places and they're like, oh, chicken and waffles, and I'm trying it. That shit is not chicken and waffles.
My
I don't know
grandma's
what
kitchen?
it is, but chicken and waffles it is not.
Yeah,
Renee, did you
I
say
think
go
it's
to the
really nice
pool?
and meditative, and it like takes my troubles out of my mind.
Oh, okay.
Wow, you just out here trying to traumatize niggas.
Oh.
You know niggas can't swim.
Bye.
Stop it.
Oh my god.
So stupid.
Wow. I
Wait,
mean, that's
what were you
true,
gonna
though. I
say
learned
about
how to
that,
swim
though,
'cause I was
John?
thrown in a river. But anyway.
Oh,
No, nothing. We were talking
Oh,
about food, and
oh.
you're like, go to the pool.
Oh,
And
okay.
I was like, wait, what?
I'm like, John's like, wait 30 minutes before you eat.
I thought you were gonna be
Yeah,
like, oh, go to
That's
the
not
steam room.
real. You don't actually have to do that. That's.
Well, that is also
I
my
like that
feel
that's what you
good.
thought
And
of,
on
though.
that note, we will see y'all next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bum 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 bum.
POC.